All right, so in here we have a couple of boxes. Ooh, a sarcophagus. You contain, a halberd.
Oh yeah, halberds are sick.
That's a two-handed slashing weapon that is going to go to Lae'zel.
That's got extra reach on it.
Send that to Lae'zel, and hey, look, another soul coin. Mine. I can buy so many souls now. All right, Lae'zel.
Indolence breeds madness.
You just got a halberd, which is yeah, it's a little bit more damage, but it doesn't have the thing that the Great Club does. But it does have reach, which is neato.
That extra reach means that enemies get the when they pass you. You know what I mean?
They get attacks of opportunity from greater range because you have greater reach with the weapon.
Yes. And it's a bigger range than you imagine it is.
Oh my god, that thing's enormous.
It's also enormous. It's very funny to watch them swing it around.
That's tremendous. Also, it occurs to me that everybody's down some hit points, so you know what?
Well, some rest's better than none.
These things exist to be burned.
Let's have a look.
And in here we have some plates and a chalice. Okay. Doot and doot. Fair enough. So we've got candles, we've got a vase. There were boxes in here.
Another step forward.
There's a chasm.
I jumped into that once and I died.
I imagine. It seems like the kind of place that someone could die.
It was funny though.
Now, can I just like stand here, get a little bit closer? No?
No. I think you can force jump into it by like, I don't think that anything is stopping you from jumping into it.
But
I don't know how I did it. I managed to fall into there once.
Okay.
I might have been cheesing a little
I
bit.
don't think we. There doesn't appear to be anything down here, so. I think we're gonna.
Once you get into environments where you can start pushing people off of cliffs, it is so fun. You don't get their loot, obviously, but it is really funny.
Okay.
Just eat.
I believe then that it is time to exit.
If you want, in that room that you're in, just make sure that you go all the way into that dark corner.
Which dark corner?
It was the one where that jar was. Not that one, to the upper left.
Looks like someone wanted to bury this.
Oh, hey! Thingy.
Yeah, the range for rolling the check for that is actually pretty small.
This
The
book
Book
is
of
far
Dead
lighter than it
Gods.
should be with such a massive lock.
Okay, well, I'm not strong enough for it, so. It's DC 15 and I've got +2. Great. You know what? I'm gonna break your concentration to give me some guidance, so. That'll be great. Hey!
Hey!
Got it on the die.
Good job, Celeste.
For a ranger who hates
As the
magic,
lock
you're really good
opens,
at
a loose
magic.
page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
Okay. Well, I don't suppose this is where I pass it off to the cleric and be like, here, religion this.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope,
Okay.
you're in it now.
Well, it's DC 10 and I've got guidance. That's something. Hey, baby, hey! Group effort.
Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering.
Okay.
Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
Uh-oh. So that said save failed investigation.
Yeah, that was a passive.
Okay.
So, like, you'll see that mostly with insight. Sometimes investigation, mostly insight. That's basically the dialogue version of, like, walking by something and seeing if you notice it.
Okay. I do wish, and maybe this is a thing that you can customize somewhere, if there was, like, a passive save like that, I don't want to know it existed if I failed it.
You'd have to restart the game to do this, basically.
Yeah.
But that custom difficulty option, you can turn that stuff off.
Well.
Like, you can hide passives, you can hide the DC on things, so it feels a little bit more, like, true to form, I guess. But you have to set all that up when you start. You can't just change into custom difficulty mid-playthrough, unfortunately.
Alas.
Yeah. But yeah, people, they got feedback for that, basically.
Also, it's kind of amazing, but, and maybe there's just nothing over here, but all of this, like this whole area with the crypt and the book and the gods and the whatever, that was like half of this area.
Yeah.
Half of this random ass area that you didn't have to go to, and perhaps actually the main story is directly taking you the fuck away from.
Yeah.
This is a good game with 1,000 things to do. There are gonna be 200 episodes of this series. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the further in you get in this game, the more it really does feel like you're playing D&D with a really, really competent DM. Please press your F5 key.
I pressed it before I opened the door.
Okay, good.
Take heed. I see a trap.
Aha!
Not gonna help you with this.
Somebody succeeded at trappy findy. Hey, Astarion.
Keep a blade close.
You've got a you've got a trap disarmament kit. Why don't you disarm him into that trap? Pretty please. Okay, so it's DC 10. You've got the trap disarm toolkit, which is just being able to do it. You've got +3 dex. You've got sleight of hand proficiency. You've got expertise in sleight of hand. You've got guidance. Don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1. He didn't roll a 1.
Didn't roll a 1. Yeah, I definitely anticipate that, like, once you get to a point where you're really comfy with all the mechanics, I probably won't help anymore.
Okay. I'm not saying don't help. I don't.
Oh, I know. No, I know. But, like, I want you to enjoy it the way that I did.
Road ahead.
Because I went in basically blind, and it was fucking fantastic. And having somebody over your shoulder going, well, actually, if you go into that corner, it gets kind of annoying. But it does.
You do know that you literally went, well, actually, if you go into... I don't know if that was intentional. Okay.
No, I mean, I did that on purpose.
I figured
didn't
you
want
were
to
being
miss things.
self-deprecating. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am. Yes. But I don't want to be doing that, like, well into Act 2, because...
Astarion, get over here and roll a die, would you?
Step carefully.
But I think my only real critique of this game, and I obviously I love it. I bought the early access in 2020. It's the only reason I was able to afford it.
What now?
And that it's not amazing at necessarily like showing you all of the bits and pieces and the extra shit that you can do. There's a lot of trial and error, and as a result, a lot of people in their first playthrough, they missed a lot of stuff. I know that like Ghosty missed like, I don't know, like half of the map in Act 1. Just because there's so much stuff going on, she didn't know to look for it. And there's like little tips and tricks and shortcuts and things that, you know, you don't even know. There's no indication that you can do it, that kind of stuff. So.
I am sorry to interrupt and cut you off.
No,
Astarion just rolled 2 nat 20s in a row.
He did.
And got absolutely nothing for it.
Yep.
Good job, Astarion. Okay, hey, another soul coin. Ooh, and a rapier.
Yeah. But it's definitely one of those games that, like, once you get into, like, the groove of it, it just kind of flows, you know? But that groove is a little hard to find. That's all.
All right. So we're going to equip that for Astarion because it's amazing. And then we're going to send this to Celeste because it's people will buy bones.
He can't dual wield with a rapier, though.
You can't?
He cannot.
They both have to be light. Okay.
Yeah. I think there's a feat that you can take if you want to change that at like level 4. But as of right now, he can wield a rapier, obviously, but he can't dual wield with it.
Oh well.
Which is fine. That's a legit choice, obviously. But I just didn't want you to be surprised that you didn't have your knife.
I should get advantage on. Maybe I am getting advantage on the perceptions to find these extra traps because, like, come on, they're on the same parts of the wall.
You're not getting advantage. Astarion's just good.
Yeah. I'm getting 4 cracks at it, and it's probably a low DC because they're painfully obvious.
Yes. I also just want to make sure that you don't miss out on companions because that's so much of the story. And there are a couple that are easy to just kind of walk past and not realize that they're even there.
Let's see. Heavy armor, that might be good for Lae'zel, but well, we'll send it over there and see if she needs it.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, that armor is actually worse than what she's wearing.
Well, then it's vendor trash.
Because Lae'zel starts with good armor. And I don't think that Shadowheart naturally has heavy armor proficiency. I think she only goes up to medium unless you level her specifically.
That was a 3, but we still got there. Okay. Anything else trapped in here? Because there's a... Alright, we're
Trap. Be cautious.
gonna quick save just because there's been a lot of stuff happening already.
Yeah.
Don't roll a 2. Hey, you rolled a 2, but you also rolled 10 more than that. Great. Next. This is another door, which is cool. But, okay. So even though Astarion doesn't have a torch equipped, because someone in the party did, I was able to click the brazier and light it, which is great. That's
actually,
a
you
QOL
can just
thing. Or is that
yeah,
just
you can
anyone
just
can
click it
light?
and light. That's anybody. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, never mind. Arrow of Roaring Thunder. Ooh. Neat.
Arrow of Roaring Thunder, good for yeets.
Now that says that it's an arrow, but it also says that it's melee. Does that mean you can fire it as an arrow or use it as a melee weapon? Or is the word arrow just a misnomer?
No, the reason that it says that specifically is that you can shoot, you can just shoot an arrow at whatever, even without a target. But with the Arrow of Roaring Thunder, it creates an AoE where it lands.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if an enemy has a Sanctuary cast on it, which is not something that you're going to run into in Act 1, but if it did, Sanctuary protects from direct hits, but it doesn't protect from AoEs. So even if an enemy has Sanctuary and is immune to being directly struck, you can still shoot an Arrow of Roaring Thunder near them and hit them with the AoE magic and, toss them off of something or break their concentration or whatever.
I see.
So most arrows don't have that on it, but the Roaring Thunder one, because it does the pushing and the AoE thing. The magic arrows in this game are so fucking useful. My main PC is a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
She's a rogue warlock multiclass, and she mostly uses she uses a lot of arrows. She uses a lot of Eldritch blasts, and she and Astarion basically just tag team stuff because they both have sneak attack.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
All of these are DC 10s. I'm probably going to be happy that I'm disarming them now, rather than whenever I trigger whatever awful fight is living in here. Let's burn that. If you come over here, you...
Take heed. I see a trap.
Oh, gee. The 9th gargoyle head on the wall is a trap, just like the other 8. How about that?
So this is one of those areas that was in the early access. 'Cause most of Act 1 was. But this was in like the really, really early access, like patch 1. And it was a lot harder to find trap disarm kits back then. So it was very common for people to get to this section and really like micromanage all the traps because they hadn't found like a certain number of disarm kits or a certain amount of lockpicks by that time, and then just get absolutely crushed.
All right, so Shadowheart's AC is 16. Lae'zel's is also 16, and that's with her wielding a big two-handed thing. Now, if we were to say, let's sort that by type. If we were to give you a longsword, that would reduce the damage to a D8 rather than a D10, which isn't actually that much of a downgrade when you think about it. So we give you longsword, and then you also take a studded shield, and now you have 18 AC and your killy. We'll futz around with that, see how we like it.
Yeah. You can also, I believe that Gale is proficient with shields, and quarterstaffs are versatile. So if you want to give him a little bit of a boost because he's a squishy little wizard, giving him a shield really helps with that. But he's not here, so fuck him.
I think we just found 800 more traps, which makes sense. That's 17. TIL you can click through and get all of the bonuses. Ghosty, you might give Gale a shield if you care about Gale and want Gale to survive things, so, you know. What do you mean you can't?
Wants to live.
Okay, so we just can't reach that one. That one's going to go off no matter what.
Oh, that's annoying.
Sure, it's fine. We just won't do whatever triggers things. I don't know what triggers things, but we just won't do it.
Hey, you'll find out eventually.
DC 10, don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1, don't roll a 1, didn't roll a 1. Hooray! Okay. I feel we've done almost everything there is to do.
Yes.
Just haven't opened the sarcophagus. We haven't done the thing that triggers the traps. What did you say?
The sarcophagus is this?
Exactly.
Sarcophagus?
We haven't done that.
Sarcophagus?
On my mind. And, well, in it.
You're gonna want a Starion again.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Oh. Oh no. Okay. So the game has forced me into turn-based mode.
Yes.
I'm sure there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It's probably fine. Oh, hey, there's a button.
I would get somebody a little bit out of the way if I were you. Maybe on an extreme side of the room, for example. Although you did save, so you know what? Go for it.
I did save.
Follow your heart.
There's a... When the spear misses its target, the wielder's next attack roll gains True Strike. That's good.
It's actually a really good ability, especially for Shadowheart.
Great. Hey, what happens if I press this button?
I don't know.
Hey, Astarion.
Well, hello.
Can you disarm this trap that I didn't notice until just now? This is probably fine. Exit turn-based mode and find out. I don't
Do it. Press the button. Press the button.
I did press the button.
Press the button, Goog. Press the exit TB mode button, Goog.
I don't think I want to.
I think you should do it. I think it would be good.
I think I'm just gonna have Astarion move over here.
It'll be amazing for your health. I think you should do it.
And actually, he's gonna cunning action dash and get a tiny little bit further away. Yeah, just head 3.1 meters in that way. That's
Action,
fine.
not reaction.
Yeah. Here, Lae'zel, you're gonna. Here, why don't you just
One true
just
way.
move this way? Oh, you failed a perception check, did you? I'm so happy. So happy about that.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Good turn. Yep. You've pressed the button. That's good. I'm happy
It'll
about
be
that.
fine.
What's next, I wonder?
Fine.
Shadowheart, you
Probably.
should just go sit in the corner.
This way.
It's fine. We turned off all of those. Oh, it's the environmental turn. It's lovely. Oh, it appears
Boo. You disabled enough shit. You're fine.
it appears as though nothing happened.
God damn it.
Hooray.
So because you did all this stuff, you disarmed so many things. So those vents on the floor
Still alive,
cover the
so
floor in
that's progress.
grease.
Mmm.
And the gargoyles spit fire.
Mmm.
And everything gets set on fire a whole bunches.
Seems bad.
But you disarmed basically everything, so it's fine.
Yay.
But it was very, very
Press ahead.
common for people. There was also a trap on the sarcophagus itself, but you failed the perception check to find it.
Oh.
You can disable all of the traps essentially by disabling that one trap because that's where the trigger is. It was very common for people to run in and be like, ooh, a coffin. I wonder if there's something in it. And go to open the coffin and then just get lit up.
Astarion took the key, which means there's no need to unlock the door except with the key, so.
Magic pockets.
Oh, hey!
And that's where that door goes to. In early access, you couldn't use that door. So the fact that that led into
Let's
the
get
crypt
going.
was actually just speculation until full release.
Okay. Yeah, I've been here. I remember this place.
Yep.
Invalid target, you're totally dead.
Yeah, his corpse is probably messed up too much. Or he's not like an important enough NPC.
Well,
That happens.
hell.
Imagine
These beasts
being
have seen
that
everything.
guy. Be like, you're not important enough to have thoughts.
Well, this is mangled Fisher, and this over here is only dead Fisher. I bet you we can talk
Yeah.
to dead Fisher.
It's possible, yeah.
Hey, dead Fisher. Oh. Oh. Oh,
The
hi.
corpse regards you, lifelessly.
Oh, she talks. I've never talked to her. Never
Hi.
tried.
Okay, so, I imagine that in universe somebody would have explained, somebody being Shadowheart, would have explained the whole 5 questions thing. So let's prioritize.
Probably.
How did you die is probably a Mind Flayer attack. Who are you is, oh, I'm just some dead Fisher. Yeah, this is probably more interesting.
Ellie, fisherwoman, ultra.
Okay. That's one. Okay, are we close? I figured El Terrell was just like your full name, but apparently it's also a city?
El Terrell is a city.
Upriver, too far.
Okay. Well, the only question we can ask now is our third one. How did you die?
Chased ill. Brains chased me.
Sorry about that. That's kind of my fault. And that's all we get out of you. But hey,
And that's Speak with Dead. I've never tried to talk to her before. I
we
have no
learned
shit
a
dialogue.
thing. This was Ellie. Rip Ellie, the dead
So-
Fisher.
And this is like lore stuff that is like relevant. El Terrell is the city that is like the main focus of Descent into
Let's
Avernus,
hide in here.
which is a module that I almost decided to run. Essentially, Descent into Avernus is a module where the city of El Terrell gets dragged into Avernus, and you know
Let's
your
see what this
actions
does.
in the module determine whether or not it's like fully restored. In the canon of BG3, this takes place immediately after Descent into Avernus, with an ending where the city was restored, and Zariel, the archdemon who rules Avernus, had like kind of a neutral ending. Just because people are going to talk about it, it helps to have a little bit of context.
I see. Also, there's no good way to teleport back to where I was, so we're gonna have to walk.
Yeah, if you want to walk, you can walk. If you want to take that like ladder up, it'll take you back to the ruins that you left.
Ah. Also, the
Or you
skeleton.
can go the
as
other way.
well.
That'll also work.
I think we looted all of the sarcophagi. I
Yeah.
don't think there's anything else to loot here, is there?
I don't think so.
Been
No, I mean, you
pretty
got the
thorough
chest
in our...
with coffins, and I don't think there's anything else.
Yep, that's the out.
Oh, well, I don't know. There's still stuff that I haven't seen, so. Hey, you just did a thing that I've never done.
Neat. What was this door? Have we opened this door?
I think that's the door you came in through. So one of the little like visual like technical glitches maybe question mark is that sometimes when you go to an area with corpses that you already killed, sometimes you'll come in and in the course of spawning in, they'll spawn in upright and then go and collapse again.
Now, when you say won't talk to the person who killed them, does that mean they're all like, no, fuck you, or just they literally will not speak?
If they have anything to say, which you have it active now, so if any of them had anything to say, they'd be glowing blue. If they don't have anything to say, it'll come up and be like, the corpse is willing to speak, but not to its killer.
Cool.
And you're supposed to be able to like end that interaction, cast disguise self, and go back, but that's a little glitchy. So if you know that they're not going to talk to you because you've already killed them, then you're better off just like casting disguise self first.
Fair enough. All right. I don't
Sometimes when you kill them by setting them on fire, they're too mangled to talk to, though.
Ancient, indecipherable text
That'll do it.
covers the plan.
Which is a real problem if you're a firebug like me.
Listen, fire is very effective at killing a great many things.
It is.
There's a reason it's one of the more popular weapons of our time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, out to the ruins. Okay. Well, you know what? That was a lovely little dungeon. There were no dragons, but, you know, it's early yet. There are
is a
dungeons in this
Dragon
Dungeons and
Age-
Dragons ass video game.
Yeah. There's a Dragon Age Origins amount of dragons in this game, and I don't think that's enough.
There could always afford to be more dragons. Oh, look, a
Could
cracked
have been
stone.
more dragons.
You know, I bet you if we thwack this thing down there, we create a new entry.
I believe so,
I
yeah. I
choose to
think
kill
that is
you.
true.
You will not even see it.
Hey, Astarion, you've got a firebolt or whatever, won't you? Don't you? Can you hit? Yeah, just hit this rope. Why don't you? I'm sure that'll be fine. I have killed my main character. Awesome. If a member of your adventuring party reaches 0 hit points, they are down. Oh no. On 3 successful rolls, they become stable. On 3 failures, they die.
You can help her out, though. It's okay. You just have
Okay.
to switch to somebody else.
So downed characters. Oh, I've been stabilized. Okay.
Yeah, they roll those really fast if they're not in combat.
Ah. Okay. So how do I...
Usually if somebody is like downed like that, just hovering over them will automatically give you the help action.
Okay. Get up. Okay, he gave me a
Just pat her on the ass.
he did indeed do that. It was just a little buck up, little camper. All right. Well, listen. We've had a lovely day of adventuring. I think we started this stream at camp. Let's end it at camp.
I am all for being here to help with puzzles and stuff, but I will not stop you from killing yourself because I think it's really funny.
That was very funny. I'm sorry, that was very funny. I expected it to just go foop right through the hole. It did not go foop right through the hole. It went kaboosh all over my face. Okay.
What to do?
Oh, and there's the red aura of imminent death all around me when I.
If you put her into dialogue, you can see how fucked up she is.
Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's just end the day. Let's take a long rest. Oh boy.
I appreciate your dedication to fucking around and finding out.
Yeah. Listen, it wouldn't be D&D if you couldn't fuck around and find out. Oh, hey! You have an exclamation point above your head. That means I should talk to you. Right? This is video games.
That is what that means. Correct.
Hi, Gale, and also mirror image of Gale.
What's up for discussion?
Now listen, I have 1 hit point, but...
It's fine. 1 hit point's not dead.
It's true. Chip in a chair.
Be with you in a moment.
That's... okay. I was initially gonna play Celeste as being a person who doesn't like magic, and listen, you can be a person who doesn't like magic, but also not an asshole about it.
True.
So we are not gonna say to the teammate of ours, united by common purpose, who is a wizard, you know all this wizard shit is fucked up. We can think it, but we're not gonna say it. It's a neat trick.
I use your inside
my
voice.
friend. Magic. Be that as it may.
Twat, Gale, I love you.
Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of?
Yeah, there's a thing in my eye.
Spot on. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on?
Please don't.
My point is this: our orifices remain blissfully unblooded. Our
You don't know
heads
what time
remain
of the month
clear,
it is.
and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal.
Well, do you have any idea why?
That, alas, is where my knowledge fails me.
Okay.
A rogue might call it luck, a priest might call it fate. As for myself, I'm a pragmatic. I see the silence before the storm.
Yeah, well.
Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
Yeah, that's a nice creepy way to end the day, buddy. Dick's bag worth of fucks. All right. Oh, hi, Withers.
It's Peepaw.
I'm sorry, you live here now?
Yeah, Grandpa Withers hangs out at your camp.
Buddy. You just... okay.
We meet again, as predicted.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I shall be here in thy camp, for whenever thou hast need of my services.
You have services? I'm sorry?
A mending of the threads between life and death.
Okay.
Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
Oh. Sunflare Space asks if you have had me inspect the party's clothes description yet, which I haven't.
Everybody's camp clothes and underwear all have bespoke descriptions.
Ooh. What is the cost of this whole resurrecting from dead thing?
A matter of coin.
Money!
I see.
Skeleton wants money!
Can I respec? I mean, I don't want to end the conversation, but I also don't want to tell him fuck him, so ending the conversation, I guess. Cool. Strange Wraith commands many powers. He allows you to resurrect allies, hire help, and to change your class. All, of course, for a price. What is the worth of a single mortal life? 200 gold. Okay.
And, like, even if they don't have, like, prompts, it's always a good idea to talk to everybody before you go to sleep anyway.
Okay.
Just to see what they say. Sometimes they have new stuff.
Cool. Ask him if he's a skeleton. He's not a skeleton. He's a resurrected dude.
Well, all right,
He's
I
a
couldn't
mummy.
help but didn't. Anyway, I feel the same. Other than the occasional mental exchange, it's almost as if we're not infected.
Almost.
The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant?
I probably had ideas on, yeah, maybe it's a compliment.
Ha! Adorable. But your timing is awful.
Well...
Oh.
Whatever the Mind Flayer's plans were, those dragons spoiled them. That doesn't make our situation less dangerous.
You're not wrong.
Either way, we can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. We have to find a healer. Well, I've said my piece. Get some rest.
I will do that. I had better do that. I have 1 hit point.
Only got 1 hippie.
It's fine.
I saw you getting a lecture from our magical friend.
Both of them.
I have to say, I thought you'd look worse, but no. Not a tentacle to be seen.
Give it time. Yeah, not yet.
Yet. Of course, first sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you prefer.
I mean, how would you like to go? Okay, I realize that maybe the game is not intending for this to be painfully obvious. As much as I possibly can. And listen, it is player knowledge. I did know coming in that Astarion was a vampire, but also...
I mean, to be completely fair,
Also.
he's pale and he has fangs.
He's pale,
and
he has
red
fangs,
eyes.
he has red eyes, he has holes in his neck.
Yeah, and he also keeps telling really, like, vampire-adjacent
Well, now
jokes.
you're just
He's not
being
being subtle.
close-minded. There are some lovely ways to go. I've watched urchins freeze to death in the street. It looks peaceful.
That's fucked
Just
up.
like falling asleep.
It is. It is indeed, yeah, yeah, we're not choosing death here.
Then I suppose we'll just see what happens.
He wasn't happy that I
Don't
didn't
worry,
want to choose a
darling.
death.
I like you. I'm sure I'll make the right choice.
Alright, fine.
If you play as Astarion, you always have the option to bite people.
Dominations grow inside us. Our bones should ache. Our mouths should bleed.
And yet they
We
don't.
thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.
So if you play as Astarion, you always have access to, like, essentially vampire combat powers. And you have the option of whether or not to try to feed on your party members while they're sleeping.
I imagine they don't like that.
Yeah, and I made a mistake once when I was playing as him. And I used his, like, a vampire bite during combat. And afterwards, my party members were like, oh, you're a vampire. But Shadowheart starts the conversation, and she's like, yeah, I guess in hindsight, it was, like, really obvious. I probably should have noticed. That's kind of dumb.
All right.
And she basically ragged on him for being really, really, like, bad at hiding it.
Here, just, yeah, 40 camp supplies. Full rest. Okay, I like these little cutscenes. I hope there are 800 of them. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss an upload. And if you want to catch the streams live, go to twitch.tv/the_Goog. The stream schedule's on screen now.